So here we are with the chassis off of Mark's pickup. It's been blasted, we've just sanded it off. Obviously put it on the spit so we can do what we got to do. We've got a few repairs to do to it, but it's just a case of using the Noval epoxy primer, so we can then do our filler repairs that we've got to do, and a few little bits on it to make it look nice, and then we'll use the Noval hybrid primer after we've done all the filler repairs. I ended up to do a couple of little modifications that Mark's asked us to do, just a couple of little bits that he wanted some holes filling in that he didn't want, well, welding up, sorry, that he didn't want in there, and a couple of other little bits and bobs which we just finished off for him. But yeah, so it's all ready to be epoxied now, and we'll do the epoxy primer today, and then we'll leave that, and then probably tomorrow we'll make a start on the filler work. Hopefully in the next few days we'll have it repaired and in the primer, and then he can have it painted. I believe he's having it some sort of silver, so it sort of stands out underneath the truck when the truck's all painted. So, and I think all the arms and that are going the body colour, as in the suspension arms, they're going to go the same colour as the body of the truck. So it should all look nice when it's all done. But yeah, that's where we are, and we'll show you another bit once it's ready for hybrid primer. So here's Mark's chassis for his pickup. It's all been primed and a few repairs done, primed up and prepped and ready for Andy to now paint. He's obviously got it on the spit, as you can see, so it makes life a bit easier for him to be able to twist it around whilst he's painting, try and get the best finish he can at all different angles. So this one, the chassis is going silver. So's the rear axle. A couple of other parts. I think the steering rack's going to get painted silver, and there's a couple other parts that are bolted on. I think there's an air canister for the air suspension, and a few other little bits that are going to be painted silver, and then the suspension arms themselves are all going to get painted body colour, the same colour as the pickup. So that's the stage we're at the moment. So the boss man's going to stay here now till God knows when now, unfortunately for him, trying to get this painted. I mean, I primed it up, so I know roughly how long it takes, and that's just for primer. So this is going to take at least twice, if not 3 times as long to get it painted, as he's got to give it a good few coats of the silver and then lacquer it out, which is no easy task with all these different angles and bars put in different places without knocking it at all with a gun and the pot. It's not going to be an easy task at all. So I don't envy him, but I've no doubt and every confidence that he's going to do us proud and do an awesome job as always. So good luck, Andy, you're going to need it. And we'll look forward to seeing how it's done when it's all painted.
So this is the morning after I painted Mark's chassis, which ended up being quite a late Friday night for me. I don't really enjoy doing things like this. This and roll cages are probably one of the worst things in the world to do, but a good few hours and a little bit of patience and it's come out really nice. So as you can see, Mark's gone for a silver. I think maybe because he works on so many Land Rovers, he likes galvanised chassis maybe, I don't know. We're still not sure what colour the truck's going yet. I've probably done 20 sort of different spray outs for him and he's still a little bit confused. So hopefully in the next few days we'll know exactly what colour we're going, so we can get on with that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the chassis, hope Mark is. So now to get on and paint some suspension bits that he wants done so he can start putting it back together. Right, so finally Mark sorted out a colour that he likes. We've done about 40 spray outs, doing different mixes. To start with, we were doing different colours and he's decided on a sort of certain colour he wanted, so we've been trying different base coats underneath it, different effects. So it has been a bit of a sort of uphill for both of us, but yeah, I've probably done around 40, I think, spray outs. So we've been spraying these, and I've done a couple of half bumpers, but this just goes to show what you need to paint a truck. Now this is only the base coat and the candy for it, because obviously it is going a candy colour, and there's a couple of effects that Mark wants it. So people wonder why paint jobs are expensive. It is ridiculous, and getting all the house of colour stuff now is not easy because there's an issue getting it into the country or something. I'm not too sure about it, but we've had to make mega load of phone calls of getting bits and pieces here and bits and pieces there, so eventually we've got enough now. So obviously all I need to add to this now is the clear that we're going to put on it. So now we're going to get in the oven and I'm going to paint a couple of bits for it. So let's get in the oven. Right, so finally today is a day that I paint Mark's pickup. So as you can see, I've got the cab in this oven and I have got the doors in this oven. Next door there is the bonnet, 2 front wings and the front panels in next door. So Nick's put so much work into this pickup. I don't think people realise how many hours go into before we get to this stage, and to be honest I think it's probably hundreds of hours he's done on this. So I think he's really glad to get it to this stage, and I think so's Mark. So you know, if you're watching the videos and stuff, you know, I just can't just tell you, describe how many hours go into the work you have to do before you can paint something. So anyway, we're here now. I'm going to go upstairs in a minute and get the first coat ready. But before I do that, I'm obviously going to, I've just degreased, water-based degreased it. I've solvent degreased it. I'm going to now go around and tack it off again, stack gun it all, and yeah, go and mix some colour up, and then let's get a first coat on it. And hopefully I can do what the hard work that Nick's done some justice, and this will come out lovely. So let's get on and paint it. So I thought I'd quickly show you before I start painting. Obviously here's the bonnet, the wings, and 2 bits of the front panel that I've got in this oven. So I thought I'd just quickly show you them before I start painting. So let's get painting. So I've now based the pickup up in the Orion Silver House of Colour BCO2. So I've given it 3 coats of silver and a drop coat to even it up. So now the next thing for us is to put a House of Colour product called Metajewels. Now you can put the Metajewels in the base coat. We've done a few spray outs doing it that way, but Mark preferred it when I put the Metajewels on top of the base coat, because when we put the candy on, it just gives it that other little effect when you look into the candy. So basically I'll show you the Metajewels. Metajewels comes in a little can like that, and we've picked, Mark's gone for the silver Metajewels and the blue. So we've cocktailed it a little bit and mixed them both together, and it goes in a carrier which is in the gun. It's very milky, but it is translucent, so when it goes on, so basically that goes on top of the silver. So I'm going to give it 2 coats of that now. I'm not sure you'll see it once I've put it on there, but I will walk you around it once I've put 2 coats on and see if the camera will pick it up. So right, let's get 2 coats of that one. So I've given it 2 coats of the Metajewels now, which you probably can't see on the camera. Let's have a quick look. If I put on the door, if I put the torch on it, I don't know if that's showing it up, but that's with the Metajewels on it. Obviously now like the translucent is gone of the binder that we put in it, so it's just purely the blue and the silver Metajewels on it. So now we're going to candy it, and hopefully it will look lovely. So this is the morning after me painting Mark's pickup. I ended up having quite a late night here last night finishing it off, because there is quite a lot of coats that had to be done. So let me show you what colour he eventually picked. So he went for candy blue. I'm not sure the Metajewels are going to show up in this camera. Obviously I don't think they will. But as you can see, it is a very, very nice colour. So there is the doors. I've already painted a load of suspension bits for this in this colour for him. Obviously inside of the bonnet and a few other bits. So I will now take you in the other oven and I will show you the bonnet. So I just thought I'd quickly show you the bonnet and the wings. It's definitely not showing up the Metajewels in the oven lights, but obviously outside in the daylight it will look different. So hopefully when it's all back together we'll get a bit of a video of it outside when it's all back together, because Mark is dropping the pickup over for us to hang the panels on. So I must admit it is a very, very nice colour. Just hope Mark's happy with it when he sees it. Well, this week we've been lucky, I suppose. We're always quite lucky really. We have some quite nice bits and pieces in. This week we've had this little lady in. It's actually a friend of mine actually. Nice fella. He's owned it.
He's got a few nice old bits of kit now actually, but this is his M3 E30 if I'm not mistaken. Very nice car. It come in because the roof had been covered up under a carport. Well, the car had been covered up under a carport, and the roof had started to micro blister slightly. So we bare metaled the roof and found a little bit of rust in there, which we've rectified. So we painted the roof for him. He wanted the rear boot lid and the spoiler painted as well, because that was a bit flat. But it's, yeah, nice, very nice car. All very nice and original. I don't know how he earns his money, because he only cuts edges. But he's good at cutting edges, don't get me wrong, but you know, cut edges in grass and you end up with something like this. No, very nice. So we've had that in this week, so that's all ready to go. So that one's done. The Escort, which I'll walk over and show you now, which is Winkle's, the race car. Been on that most, well, yesterday and a bit of this morning, just sealing it all up, getting rid of some of the bits in there, which as I said before, we didn't do none of the metal work, it was done somewhere else. I'm not saying it was that bad, but it's just needing a little bit of tidying up, so when you paint it, it always looks nicer if we just seal it, just to get a nicer finish on it. I think Andy's on that next week. I think this is going to be painted hopefully next week. We'll keep you up on that one when he starts that. We're looking forward to seeing this, because I think it's going to be quite a nutty old thing. I think Winkle's sort of quite keen to get it back as well, to get on with it. So yeah, that's that. What else we've been doing this week? Yeah, that's probably about it really. Be on the little Vauxhall Nova, which, you know, you've seen some of that before, but I'll probably get onto that again next week and show you a little bit more what we've done with that, because I've made all the rear chassis legs up. I've had to make the inner wheel arch, and then get the rear quarter panel sort of fitting anywhere, somewhere near. I'll show you that one next week. That's one for next week. Anyway, people, have a nice weekend. If you like and subscribe would be good. Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers, thanks, bye.